Dragonfolk, I have something weighing down on my mind. It's got a lot to do with ProQuest. Let's talk about it. Welcome on in, Dragonfolk. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I know I am. My name is Ashen Wings, and today we are talking about competitive play. So, I'll be entirely honest. The ProQuest for Flesh and Blood is going to be my very first entry into a very large tournament for any TCG I've ever been a part of. I always claim that I am a competitive player, and I am a competitive player. But I have to say that I've never once been able to attend a large event like a ProQuest. And a ProQuest is by no means anything crazy. Actually, now that I say this, I did go to a YCS, I think, once. It wasn't a YCS. It was like some dinky, small qualifier thing. Definitely not anything as huge as a YCS for Yu-Gi-Oh! But this is like the first time I've kind of put a lot of effort into doing this. Back when I was doing that Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing, a lot of it was just like, I'm playing the deck I'm going to play, whatever. But I've put a lot of time and effort into training, into making sure that my lines are good, that I know what I'm doing when and how to block. There's still so much more I need to learn. But at that point, I just need to sit down with a bunch of people who know what they're doing, who've been in the game for a while, and can teach me. So that's going to come with just more in-person practice. It's going to come with coming to locals more. And currently, I'm at a dilemma where what I want to do, I plan to run Fi into the ProQuest, but I really wanted to play Dromai. And so I was like, well, I don't know what I want to do. I'm comfortable with Dromai. I know how to play Dromai, but I think my issue is I just don't know what I'm looking for in other heroes. So if there is a guide out there somewhere as to cards that are always bad times in other heroes' decks, feel free to let me know, right? I know, I think the only one that I know down pat that I'm like, this is definitely going to be something that is going to make them win the game if this hits is Kano. Kano's Aether Wildfires and Aether Flares all are bad times. You should block that with your AB. I do know that Bloodrush Bellows for Rhinar is pretty powerful. That's definitely a Dominia banished target, I would say, unless of course they have no poppers in hand, which I wouldn't know why they would. It's gonna be it's hard for me because I want to play Dromai into ProQuest, but I'm genuinely nervous, and I had to sit down and think about it. I got advice from my wonderful girlfriend who does not actually play TCGs competitively, but could understand where I'm coming from in a sense. In that, it's just not it's not enough to be worried about. You know, I want to be good, but I think at the end of the day, I should be worried about having fun more than being good. I'm still very new. I don't even own a Spring Tunic. I have not been playing for a very long time. It's only been a few months. That's why I've kind of changed my perspective to say if I top 8, I'll be happy. But if I don't top 8, well, I guess that just means I'm going to have to do more training or continue to go to other ProQuests and see what happens at those. But I'd be curious to see what everyone else thinks. You know, this is a weird time for some people. I know a lot of Magic the Gathering players have come into Flesh and Blood, much like myself, and are kind of, they're about the competitive scene. At least a good portion of them are probably, and even seeing the stuff that's going on with Magic and its competitive scene right now is like really good. I'm excited to see all this stuff in the Pro Tour qualifiers, in the regional qualifiers, all of these events that are happening for Magic the Gathering. They brought the Pro Tour back, and it has been a wild ride from the get-go. But I am so lucky to be able to be playing something like this, and I think I want this to be, if any of you have any tips as to going into a Pro Quest, I'd love to hear from all of you. But I do kind of want to make it more of a PSA. If you're going to go into the Pro Quest, it's going to be a challenge, right? You have to be very confident with your deck. Your matchups have to be good. Your lines have got to be good. You got to know what to anticipate, what not to anticipate. And it's a very, very, very difficult game of chess in this sense. But I think overall, it's just about having fun. There's going to be other things for you to do at Pro Quests. A lot of what I'm probably going to do is spend some time watching other people play, as long as they're okay with that. And I don't know. Overall, it's got me feeling weird. I feel like there's a lot of pressure. I obviously want to report back to you guys with good news, right? Maybe a PTI invitation or just even top 8. But I'm not sure. And now I'm looking at Dromai and I'm going, okay, well, I'm trying the new cash-in build for her, and I do quite enjoy it. I think it plays very well. I think it's a much safer route around the crazy amount of poppers that I run into. But overall, I think it is, you still run into the same stuff. You just have to worry about being fast and powerful. So I'm still running tests into that, but unfortunately, I am going to need a Phantasmal Footsteps and a Crown of Providence in order to move forward with that. And that is going to be an expensive thing. And a Crown of Dominion. I guess I need that too. But we are going to kind of work ourselves to being more comfortable. And I don't know whether or not I'm going to vlog the Pro Quest. I probably won't. I don't think I'll have the actual battery power to do something like that. But I might just in between rounds just to kind of, see how everybody's doing and give a nice little update. Maybe that'll be a fun thing to watch. But overall, I'm nervous going into Pro Quest, as I'm sure most people are. But overall, I need to have a fun time. I need to just have a fun time. And I want that to be the message that I give to everybody else, is that if you lose a Pro Quest, it's not the end of the world. You take your time, you train, you get yourself better, you get more comfortable with the hero you want to play. Maybe you switch heroes to something that is more meta intensive. It all depends on where you're going to the Pro Quest at, how many people are attending. And overall, just know you're still going to get a cool little resource token, so that's always fun. But let me know in the comments down below. I want general sideboard guides for people. I want to start kind of getting almost like a very good beginner's guide to high level CC play, and kind of working on that, seeing what you're going to be avoiding going into Rhinar, what to avoid going into Bravo, what to avoid going into Dorinthia, yada yada. So let me know in the comments if you're a seasoned Flesh and Blood player. Maybe you have some tips and tricks to give to others that I can go ahead and showcase on a future video. So while you're down there writing that comment, make sure to like the video and also subscribe to the channel as well if you have not already. And we do also have a Patreon link in the description down below, or you can join our channel memberships here on YouTube if you don't want to make a whole separate Patreon account. I'm hoping to, both of those get you access into our Discord. And once we get more moderators in for our Discord, we'll try to kind of get things settled in. But for now, we're just going to kind of slow roll people in there, and then I hope to get something fun. But you do get emojis as a channel member, so hopefully you'll enjoy those all throughout the wonderful space of YouTube if you choose to join, but it is definitely not necessary. So thank you all so much for watching. I truly, truly appreciate your support, and I will hopefully be seeing you all at ProQuest. Nerd out.